Joy to the world. It's Monday and we have another Flame Central podcast. It's powered by Alcova Mortgage. Where you'll work with Yacht Talk. Where you'll work with Yacht Talk. Where you'll work with Yacht Talk.
I like that it gets to the Christmas season and Emily just thinks
I
actually just made that up.
In this season, people want to hear me sing. Like she thinks that's an open invite.
Oh, speaking of that, did you get a little comment about my singing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone
on
commented on YouTube about Joe's opera.
Yeah.
And they said, I forget what the exact phrasing was, but it was basically like, didn't expect to be typing this, but that was actually really good.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. And then when you texted me the comment.
Yes.
And then what was my response?
You said you had a grandmother that said you should have quit sports and been an opera singer.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I guess they left me out of that group text.
Oh, I'm a little bit off that.
Save it. Yeah, you might need to warm
let's
up.
save
Joy
it.
to the World is probably my best opera song.
Okay, well,
okay,
we'll
not
save it for
Gloria?
next week.
Or what is it? Angels We've Heard on High? Is that?
Well, Ave Maria is
Yes,
actually my
yes, I know.
All right, we're going to
like
stop
the
with the singing and talk about Liberty
Italian
Athletics because that's
Joy to the world.
That's good. Clark
That's what we
Griswold.
do here on the Flames Central podcast.
Clark Griswold.
Are we good, guys? Bring it
We're
in.
good. Come on.
Bring it
Yes.
in.
Come on, wrap it up, bring it in.
The Flames are going to the Bahamas.
Right, baby.
Hey, what better time to get out of Lynchburg
No kidding.
or in whatever tundra you may live in and go to the Bahamas? What a great spot. Excited about that bowl game. We'll talk a little bit about that. New volleyball coach coming to the mountain when he comes. And we have Jayvon. I know, more
Everything
singing.
turned into a song.
Sorry, I promise that will not be the case here the entire show.
I miss
Jayvon Maughmer.
I miss depressed Emily. She never sings. She's in a great mood
Yeah.
today. This is the downside of getting Emily in a great mood.
Yeah.
You
You know
get
what?
a lot of songs.
We had depressed Emily for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then now she sounds like she's back.
Yeah.
Stanley's doing better.
Yeah.
Stanley's doing better. He had his surgery. Stanley's
Yeah.
Stanley's a peg leg.
Stanley's a peg leg.
He
He had
loves
his
it.
surgery, but Stanley's gonna survive.
Yeah.
She's not as stressed out anymore.
now she's
so
just singing her
now
heart
she's
out.
singing. She's
Yeah.
back.
You know what else?
I like depressed Emily better.
I agree.
Matt, how about you?
Yeah, I
You
think
guys are
so.
so mean.
Yeah.
You guys are the worst.
Yeah.
You know what? I like usually go to bed at like 8, and I stayed up last night and watched the rest of the Kansas City. The
it's
first thing I thought of is I can't believe they just pulled this off
No, I
every
know.
single week.
Every
But the next thought, I was like, well, the good news is Matt's going to be in a good mood and not be a mean
It's
big
true.
brother to me
Yeah,
tomorrow
true.
on the podcast. So,
It's never about.
yeah.
How do they do that?
How?
man? And it's like and you expect it, like, oh, here it comes again.
Yeah.
It's gonna come
I-
every
I-
time.
Every time.
I told my
Every time.
son
and,
before
the,
the
and,
kick.
the, and like
Yeah.
the kick.
Before the kick, I said, Jack,
Oh my gosh.
this might be where all the good luck we've had things even out a little bit because this is a kick you make like in your sleep, and then it almost did. Doink.
That kick. Doink.
Doink.
It'll run out.
Like I said, Jayvon Maughmer is coming on the show
Yes.
for the first time. And, you know, when we talk about this volleyball coach, powered by Alcova Mortgage,
Yeah.
maybe, you never
Yes.
know.
Yes and yes and yes.
Another quick note before we talk a little bit about the Bahamas Bowl. Allie Zealand, which is
Yes.
the daughter of Heather Zealand for cross country and track, she shattered the 3K record this past weekend. It was 9:24, 9:07 in the 3K.
How about that?
Insane. We
Wow.
have
I
a
could go
new
under 9.
trainer.
Done.
I could go under 9. Oh my gosh.
You can't get from
You
here to your
couldn't go
car
under
in
9 in
9.
3 laps.
Give me a
You do have a new trainer.
Yeah.
I do have a new track.
We need-
Get her on
we
the
need-
show.
We need Allie
Get her
on
on
the
the show. I
show.
mean, she just shattered the record.
I know.
Wait, this was not. I'm playing stupid here. Was this the Liberty record?
Yes.
Yes,
That she shattered. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So I wonder what the NCAA record is because I know coming out of high school, she was
yeah, she's
a real
a real
deal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
So what a
so
lot of people may not know is that I played with her uncle Mike in the JPL. He was my partner in the spring 23 season. So
yeah,
I've got family connection. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Yeah. So
You know people who know
yeah,
people.
just throwing that out.
Okay, Matt, you did go to the
Yeah.
Christmas on the Boulevard show here
Oh,
at
yes, I
Liberty.
did.
Yeah,
You
the
did
School
as
of
well.
Music.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Wait,
saw.
you went to
I
what?
saw the Warners.
Christmas
What
on the
what
Boulevard.
Adina
Oh,
came to
best show
last
in
year.
town.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
my
yeah, yeah,
question
yeah.
for the School
Yeah.
of Music.
Yes.
Why is there only one show?
It used to be every night for the week there was a different show.
Like,
They've scaled it back again. I don't know.
To one. I know that they do like the traditional one too.
I didn't see this coming in the A block.
This is the A block.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is very
I don't
serious.
know. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Get to the bottom.
All right.
School of Music. I've had people like comment on my story. How do I get tickets to this? And I'm like, well, the tickets sell out basically in October on the day of. So
did you get tickets for Dina and
yes,
my mother-in-law?
last year.
Hey, but you didn't do it this year. Thanks a lot.
It is like so incredible. I just wanted, with the. Okay, of course, running is my passion, and then the School of Music, I just strive to be a part of that. Every morning.
Emily's pitching for a little solo opportunity.
No,
next year.
Jason actually is. Every morning, Alexa, play "Mary Did You Know," and he is just trying to hit every note. It's been not as good.
She didn't know he was going to be trying to sing it. I can tell you that.
But let's talk a little bit about the Bahamas Bowl, Matt. What can you tell me about how you can get to the game?
Okay, well here's easy. Go to libertyflames.com.
Almost too easy.
Almost too easy. They do have some cool opportunities. Like you're thinking, rightly so, oh, the Bahamas. Man, how am I going to get down there? It's a little bit more difficult. And that's true, except they have now the Bahamas Bowl cruise.
Let's
go. So go to the Liberty's
Oh.
website, libertyflames.com. Listen, $383.
That's so cheap.
So cheap. You leave, I believe it's on the 1st. You go, you end up at the game, then they bring you back. So you're out on the little Bahamas, I think it's Royal Caribbean cruise. You're floating around, just soaking up the sun. You hop off, you watch a little Ryan Burger, you get back on the cruise boat. Like it's easy. It's easy.
It's almost too easy.
And it's pretty inexpensive, all things considered.
Is that powered by Alcova Mortgage?
It should
the
be.
Bahamas Bowl cruise.
Listen, and
Can
if you
you
sign up for it
imagine?
now, you get 5% cash back from Alcova. 1%. 1%. No! Special Christmas bonus. Yeah, no, not true. Not true at all. But go to libertyflames.com. You can get ticket information, cruise information, but a cool way to kind of soak up some sun, watch a bowl game.
So wait, $383.
It doesn't include your plane ticket.
So you get to the cruise.
Yeah.
And then on the cruise, what's the food, the whole operation?
I mean, it's all real
it's a
cruise.
cruise.
I mean, this isn't like Robert Goodman's boat down at the lake. This is like a legitimate cruise ship, Joe. This is the real deal.
Goodman catches a lot of fish.
He does catch a lot of fish. We should mention that.
And it includes a fishing trip with Robert Goodman.
Well, you've got to work that out on your own.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Sorry, I'm texting about our guests.
Okay.
So, but I also want to talk about National Signing Day, historic for Liberty football this past Wednesday. Malachi Fannin Render. Okay.
Get used to that name.
Get used to that name. Yes, Quentin Cooley. Do I get the first pick in next year's Flames fantasy draft? So Malachi, let's go. Let's go, baby.
She's gonna be wearing out the DMs
year,
already. Yeah.
I've kind of been thinking about it. Option offense. Maybe I should have a running back this year or next year.
Good. We're learning.
But listen to this tweet. After running for 261 yards and 6 carries. Six carries for 261.
That's a lot.
That's like
43.
Is that like 9? How many yards a carry is that?
I mean,
it's a ton.
Yeah.
9 yards a carry.
No,
206. It's 43, right? The average?
I didn't break out the.
6.
Well, hold on.
261 divided by 6 is 43 and a half.
No.
4. Yeah. Yeah. No.
By
that's
6.
Right. By 6.
Guys.
Yeah.
Oh, 6. Sorry.
Like once I finally do math right, they question
Whoa.
me.
Well, we have reason to question. You've given us plenty of opportunities to question your math.
4 touchdowns. The
Yeah.
final
He's
score is
good.
going to be 21.
Listen, I talked to Newland Isaac about him, and he goes, well, he runs powerfully like a Cooley. He's like, but he's explosive like a Juju.
Ooh, all you got to say.
Whoa. Okay. That's a pretty good combo. And you watch some of his highlights. Like if you go to follow him on Twitter, X, whatever. I think it's the one that he had pinned at the top. Just unbelievable. He ran through
the
6
entire
people.
team.
Yeah, it was ridiculous the run he had. So yeah, he's going to be a fun one to watch.
As of December 6th, he has 2,135 yards in 13 games and a total of 29 touchdowns.
Bam.
So he will be a Liberty Flame. Another positive with that, he's coming in January.
Bam.
So early enrollee, he'll be a part of spring ball and start learning this offense. So that's
Best
great.
recruiting class ever, right?
I believe so. Best running back, I think. Yeah.
Well, no, but the overall recruiting class wasn't it?
Yeah,
yes,
it was the best.
recruiting
Their
class,
top-ranked recruiting class that they've had in Liberty history.
Yep.
Out of the 14 players coming in, 9 will be early enrollees. So incredible.
Real opportunity for those guys.
Advantage.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, a lot of moving and shifting and portaling and all that stuff. Like you don't really know what's coming back. So great opportunity for those freshmen to get in and earn themselves, an opportunity to get on the field.
Love it.
On the hardwood men's basketball, a little bit of an easier competition route.
Is this the women's team they played?
This is the team that played the women's team. Yeah.
It's just like
It's
Texas
a men's
women's.
team at a women's school, Joe.
Was that
Title
the women's
IX.
team?
Yeah,
Title
welcome
IX
to
works both
2024.
Title IX works
I thought
both
Trump
ways.
got
people.
elected.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, they won't have a team next year.
Yeah, no.
I'm just kidding. So men's basketball won
Yes,
big
big.
again this past week.
Caden Matheny was cooking.
Caden Matheny,
He was cooking. When he
shot 1-3 like at the booth where you guys
basically,
were.
he was like standing
I
next
saw the highlights.
He was standing next to Naz and just fired it up.
Yeah.
He has such a quick release. When he is on like that, there's nobody more fun to watch play than Caden Matheny.
Liberty knocked down a season high 16 three-pointers, beat Mississippi Valley State 89-52. Should we just go to our interview now with Jayvon? Okay, let's talk with Jayvon Maughmer in his interview for the first time ever on the Flame Central podcast.
Wow.
So nice to have you on the Flame Central podcast. This is, we warned all of our guests about this. Once you come on the Flame Central podcast, your life is about to change.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple with Coach McKay, and they were really good. For you two, not Coach McKay.
Well, yeah.
But they were really good.
Way to stick up for Emily, because Coach McKay is rough on Emily.
Really
She is.
I've seen.
Yeah, you know? Yeah.
Oh, and then this past game, my mic is dead during my halftime interview with him.
that.
You saw that?
that.
Oh, great. Did you guys say in the team meeting or something?
No,
He's
we did not.
He's like, yeah, this is what happens when you miss one game. They're not going to let you have it. That's Coach McKay for you. Jayvon, welcome to Liberty. You've been here, though, since what, June?
Yes, June.
So what's been the biggest adjustment, and how do you like Lynchburg?
I would say the biggest adjustment would have to be, just being here in the summer. And the Division II level, we didn't have summer workouts. We didn't have to be on campus. Whether it was, we had a couple basketball camps that we'd be there for like a week maybe. But other than that, we were not on campus, not, doing workouts on our own. So it was a big difference being here in the summer, getting work with the whole team and the whole coaching staff. So I think that was one of the biggest changes. And, just the speed of the game. It didn't really change too much, but you could tell how much faster it is, fast pace. You're always up and down, a lot of up and down. The defensive end, you got to apply yourself a little bit more. So
especially with Coach McKay.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's interesting because too, you come from Cedarville. You were the guy there. 20 a game last year. What were your expectations coming to D1 now? Did you think like, oh man, I'm really gonna have to step it up in a certain area? Or when you got here, you're like, okay, I need to focus more here maybe than in the past. Like what were your expectations of what it would be like compared to what it has actually been so far?
I knew coming in that I was going to have a lot of talent around me, so it wasn't going to have to be me taking all the shots. I had a lot of talent last year, but just adding more pieces to that, so I knew I didn't have to take all those shots that I did last year. And then Coach McKay told me that one of my biggest things that I needed to work on was my defense, and that's what I've really been trying to get better at every day is just, on the defensive end is just trying to be the best that I can. I know that on the offensive end, it doesn't really matter how much you score, but you can really make an impact on the defensive end. So that's what I've been trying to do a lot in practice and games is just, kind of sitting down on defense and kind of building my identity in defense rather than just offense. So.
How much of a change is it for you when you come from Cedarville and now like, oh, you've got more depth of play? Obviously, I'm sure there's probably very good players at Cedarville, but at the same time, you come here and there's more depth of players and there's better players that you're surrounded by. How does that change your game from a team aspect when you know that you're surrounded by so many good players?
It's when we were coming into the summer, the question wasn't, if we would get connected, it was when we would. And I think over the summer, we connected very quickly with 7 new guys, 5 transfers, 2 freshmen coming in. It was, it was kind of the question of, are we going to get connected fast enough in order for these games when we started? But I think we started gelling really quickly in practice, I would have to say it's all to the guys who return in CP, Caden, Zach. They have a really big voice, and they just wanted to get us all connected. And I think they did a really good job. Coaches did a really good job of getting us connected. So just having all that talent around you and being able to connect that fast in the matter of 2 months was
Do you
really
still
big.
feel as if there's a lot of growth to be done in that area still as you go throughout the season, or you're like, man, we just need to fine tune it right now?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of growth, definitely. A lot of growth on the defensive end, and there's still things we can clean up on the offensive end. We're not perfect right now. We started off great, but we still got a lot to clean up. So I think it's really big for us to continue to stay connected and, work on what we need to work on so we can be the best we can.
I feel like being on the road early, and Coach McKay talked a little bit about this when he was on the podcast earlier this season, but being on the road early helps with that gelling. I mean, you guys were on the road in November. Seattle, Virgin Islands, Charleston. How much did that travel help?
I think it helped a lot. When we were in Seattle, we were all after our first game, after our shoot around and stuff, we would, all just hang out in the hotel, and we had some downtime, so we'd walk around the city.
Did you go to the market?
I walked with Caillou to the Korean market, and we got some snacks.
Really?
Did you throw a fish?
How was that?
Oh, I bet there's so much
I did
good
not
food.
go to that market, but I did see it on Xander's Instagram.
Nice.
So yeah, it was.
Did Caillou hook you up with some good snacks? Like, does he know what he's doing?
He was trying to. He's trying to explain it, but he was like, I don't know how to say this in American.
Right.
He's like,
American.
he was trying to Google translate it for me. I was like, Kai, it's all right. I was like, I'll just look at it and
eat it.
If it has a fish on it, I know it's fish
right,
flavor.
right.
Like, I'm good. But yeah, I didn't go to the fish market, but I did see them throw the fish. So that was pretty cool, and it was great to be out there.
Nice.
You guys came back as Paradise Jam champions. What was it, 3 games in 4 days?
Yeah.
I mean, did you even get to enjoy the beach?
The first day we did. When we got there, we went down to the beach for a couple hours. Other than that, we had limited sun time because of Hornet. So he made sure to keep us out of the sun a little bit. But we would get up in the mornings and do movement in the pool. So, we got a little bit of sun. And then we also got a day off after I want to say.
Beat K-State.
Yeah. It's either beat K-State. Yeah, I think
so.
No, in
No,
between.
in between. It was Louisiana K-State. But, yeah, we got to go on a catamaran tour. Got to go snorkeling. That was really fun. It was just great to get in the boat, go out there and kind of enjoy it a little bit. So.
What did you learn about this team that you didn't know before that tournament?
What did I learn? Ooh, that's tough. Just how, that we can do a lot. There's a lot of pieces, It's not going to be one guy every night. Like, it's not going to be Caden every night. It's not going to be Zach every night. Like, as you can see, Zay can do what he can do. So it's going to be a different guy every night. And that's really nice to have, knowing that if one guy's off, we still got many more pieces that can help us out. So.
Now, people may not know, you played with your older brother growing up, played with him in high school, played with him in college at Cedarville. He followed a similar path as you, right? His final year, he went to a D1 program. Was it Morehead State? Is that where he went?
Yep.
How much did you talk to him? I know he's playing overseas now, so he's continuing his career. How much did you talk to him throughout your process of being like, do I want to make the move? Do I want to do this? Were you guys having conversations about that?
Yeah, me and him had a lot of conversations. Then my other cousin, she's playing in, I want to say Greece right now, but she also transferred from Ball State to Rutgers.
Okay.
So, they both went through that process. And, it was kind of just talking to them and then talking to my head coach at Cedarville, it's like, what's best for me? At the time, we were trying to figure out schooling and everything, trying to get graduated so I could start my master's. And that was one of the really biggest parts, was going to somewhere where I can finish my undergrad and then get to my master's as quickly as possible. And, just talking to them, I was asking them what the process is like. What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? But yeah, it was fairly simple. I mean, I kind of had my mind made up of what I was going to do. Didn't know where I was going to go yet, but as soon as I hit the portal, I had Coach McKay calling me, so I was like, and he was calling me constantly, so I knew he definitely wanted me, but yeah, it wasn't a really big process for me, because coming out of high school, I went on visits and was getting calls from coaches, so it wasn't too big of a difference just getting calls from higher division. That was really
what sold you on Liberty?
I would say just the team and the atmosphere, and then the community. Also the great facilities. You can't beat those.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the community and the team was great, and Coach McKay and all the coaching staff was great. So it was just a perfect place to be. And Coach McKay knew my coach back at Cedarville, and so I kind of had a foot in the door at that point, but it was kind of easy decision.
I thought it was the Flame Central podcast. See if you get an invite
right.
back.
I didn't know about that until I got here.
It hasn't reached
They don't
you.
use that in their recruiting pitch, huh?
No.
Yeah, okay. All right.
We'll have to work on
yeah,
that.
We'll ask them about that.
So now that you've been on campus and you're in grad school now?
Yeah.
Right. So you're actually in class and everything. You've been on campus. What has been your favorite part about the university as a whole?
University as a whole. That's tough. I would say, just seeing how all the students interact with one another. It's like you don't really, like, there's a lot of people on campus, but there's so many people that are willing to get to know you and, come up and talk to you. So it's like you may feel like there's nobody to talk to, but sometimes you just got to go up to one person and talk to them, and it could start a whole chain. So I think just the way people interact with one another is really big. So
it takes a friend to be a friend.
Wow.
Okay.
These are the little nuggets that
These are
he
the little
brings.
You'll take and use
This
the
is
rest
his
of your
role.
life.
This is his role on the show.
Yeah.
These little nuggets of
Yes.
wisdom he'll drop every once in a while.
Hey, you know
Motivational
what? There's lessons in losing.
Okay, stop. I say that.
Yeah.
She
So
says
he's
that.
like, I don't really know much about that. We
Yeah,
don't really lose that much.
yeah.
Okay, couple rapid fires for you. The coach makes you guys wear the what is it, Aura?
Aura ring. Yeah.
Okay, that's the first app that you look at when you wake up.
100%.
Tell me, like, what is like the most shocking information that you found?
Shocking information.
Or is it, what is it? What is it? What
I
is it
lost
like?
17 pounds today.
How did that happen?
No,
How
is
did
it,
that happen
like, I don't know
overnight?
what's on it. Like, what do you?
It tracks your heart rate, tracks your sleep, how long you slept.
How many hours you sleeping?
That's what I'm saying.
See,
Like, are you
that's-
like, holy smokes, I sleep way more or less than I thought? Because it doesn't tell you how good, like,
Yeah.
REM sleep.
Let's get a
REM
sleep
sleep.
update.
I had
The
a
folks are hanging on the edge of their seat, waiting for a sleep update. Sleep update, please.
okay.
If Aura wants to power the Flame Central
That's true. We'll
podcast,
take
we
a
are
listen.
looking for a
Yeah.
new sponsor. Thanks. Go
But yeah, today it was a 77, which is all right. I mean,
Okay.
the highest I had was probably at 89, 90, which is
Okay.
optimal, is
Yeah.
what it
Okay.
says on
It's a
there.
C.
But
It's
there's-
hard to get sleep the night before the Flame Central podcast.
It is.
You're
It's-
nervous.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it tracks your heart rate when you're sleeping. So that's literally the first app I look at every day because we have to sync them so they can see it. But yeah, it's really kept me in line and check with my sleep. They don't want us out past 11:30 in bed, sleep by 12, which is really good. I mean, for recovery and everything. But yeah, I think it keeps me grounded, I would say, in my sleep, because before I got here, my sleep was very bad. So it's really helped me. So
Are you a video game player?
yes.
So you're up late playing video games, aren't you?
No, I usually just lay there and watch YouTube or something.
Now, how will these rings, like, will it say, like, hey, cut back on the cookout, or like how in depth do they go? Like,
No,
is
it
more
doesn't- it
just
doesn't-
sleep?
it doesn't
It's not
do that.
in every area of your life. Like, whoa.
Oh, follow-up questions
Really?
on my question.
Really,
Interesting.
Chick-fil-A again? Maybe back it off. Okay,
No,
just
the
more
only
so
thing,
sleep,
only
yeah.
update it'll give you is it will give you a reminder if you're like sitting too long. It'd be like time to stretch your legs.
Yeah, get up.
That's
Start
about
moving.
it.
No,
But
okay.
other than that, no, it does
Yeah,
not track
okay,
your
that's
how
good.
much you eat or
That's
what
good,
you eat.
yeah.
So
The next negative info that I loved: favorite hobby outside of basketball, playing golf.
Let's go.
Big golfer,
Let's
huh?
go.
Yes.
We need to do a little out of the. Let's wait until the courses like defrost and everything in the spring or summer. Let's do an out of the office. Jayvon Maughmer
On the
hit
golf
the
course.
links.
Yeah.
How's your swing? I mean, when you say playing golf, like, are you just a rookie playing golf, like just picking it up now? Or has it been like, hey, I've been playing golf my whole life. Let's go out. I'm going to scratch you up.
I've been playing golf since I was like 12.
There, bingo.
But then I stopped
Shut you up.
for a good period of time, a couple years, and then COVID hit. So it was like
Yeah.
it was an outside, kind of activity. Everybody got their own cart at that time during COVID, so like you weren't too close. So I started going golfing during COVID again, and I've been playing ever since.
What's your best score you've ever shot?
best score? 79.
Oh,
Whoa!
okay, so you know the stats behind that, right? There's,
Oh my
There's
gosh.
only 15% of golfers that break 90. I think that's the number. And then when you get down below 80, you're in like the top 4% that have ever
We
played
may
golf.
need you on our Liberty Athletics
Yeah.
golf team.
Yeah, I just want to say, and
Am I
I'm not
getting
trying to
kicked
brag, I got my first ever true eagle, like no mulligans, true eagle on the hardest hole on Boonesboro
Still
Country
waiting
Club.
on
So
my- I'm still
if you
waiting
want a
on
good
my,
part,
And
you know,
she's never stopped talking about it since.
that's
Still waiting
exciting.
on my hole-in-one. Still waiting on
Yeah,
that.
I haven't done that.
That's awesome.
you guys-
That's
I know,
79. That is
79.
fantastic.
It'll never happen again.
Yeah, it will.
My average is around 83, 84.
Yeah, that's
somewhere
great.
around
So
there,
you're like a what, 10, 12 handicap then?
Around 12, yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay. Anybody
That's
else golf on the team?
Yeah. Caden,
Okay.
you know, Talon, he loves to golf.
Oh, really?
Brett, you know, there's a lot of guys.
We
that
may just need to
love
get a
be out
little
there.
basketball foursome out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the boys out for a
that
round of
would
golf.
be.
Yeah.
We can do
I'm
that.
gonna
Yeah.
take the boys out
Okay,
for a round.
yeah.
We can do that.
That'd be
Spell,
good.
Oh my
Spell
gosh,
loves to
this-
golf too, so.
Who take us? Last thing for me, all you guys. We've gotten to know obviously a lot of the old guys have been around for a while. But who's kind of the life of the party in that locker room? Like who's the guy that kind of
I have a feeling
brings
we know
the energy and getting and everybody laughing, whatever? Who is that guy in that locker room? Because so many of you guys just seem so cool, calm, collected, just businesslike. But who is that guy?
I would have to say G.
that. I knew
Definitely.
it.
Yeah, I know.
I'd say
Yeah.
G, or, you know, I can give it to Zach or Owen. I
Okay.
don't know. It depends
Owen?
on the day. Yeah, he doesn't talk much, but when you get in the locker room,
Yeah.
it's a different story.
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah, I've
Story.
heard him say like 6 words. Yeah.
Yeah, so Curtis, he's funny too. I think everybody's funny. You know.
Okay.
It depends on the day, you know,
Yeah.
what kind of joke they crack, you know.
Well,
So it depends.
Jayvon, people may not know, was the first guest on season 2 of the
Of-
Players Lounge
Yes.
with Gabriel McKay and JC Schreier. So
Yeah,
like,
that's
so,
an
you know,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
Jim, I'm gonna ask you
segment.
one last tough question.
Mhm.
Okay, I hate putting you on the spot like this.
No,
What's something we don't know about you?
Ooh.
A little tidbit of something that we don't know.
I used to play the drums for 9 years at my church.
Oh.
Man, that's a great something we don't
So
know.
you no longer. You picked
No.
up golf, you left drums.
No, what had happened was I would, you know, I played every day, every Sunday with my dad.
Yeah.
He played the organ, I played the drums.
Oh,
but
wow.
once I left for college, it was kind of hard, you know,
Yeah.
being away. So
They hate drums in the dorms, I imagine.
yeah,
Yeah.
they
Probably is a no-no.
It's
Yeah.
definitely not. So
Yeah.
I recently picked up a guitar and have been trying to learn
Really?
guitar.
Wow.
So,
So music, is your family musical?
just my dad, really.
Okay.
He plays the organ, the saxophone. So other
Wow.
than that, my brother,
N-
don't get him on the golf course or any instruments.
Okay, you're the skilled one in the family, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's skilled at basketball. He was good at football, but instruments,
Yeah.
keep him away. Or golf. He played baseball, so he has a very baseball swing,
I get that.
and he doesn't know how to change that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Where are you originally from?
Ohio, Chillicothe.
Oh, okay. And
Chillicothe.
are your parents coming to? Are your families coming to any games this season?
They've came to multiple. My mom and grandma just came yesterday,
Oh, nice.
so they were here, and you know, my dad tries to get out when he can. There's sometimes he has to stay with my grandpa, but other than that, they're going to try to make as much as they can. Since it's my last year, my brother's in France right
Yeah.
now, so they can't really go to his games except
Yeah.
watch them on YouTube. So they're trying to come to as many as they can. So.
Awesome. Well, what are you most excited about with league play? I feel like it's so difficult every season because you never know who's on what team, you know, and every team looks so different. But what makes you most excited about the CUSA?
You know, just hearing about how tough Conference USA is, you know, the teams that are in it, a lot of the players that are returning from last year, just hearing about that, you know, kind of, I'm just ready for, you know, the challenge to see what we can do. I know I've seen what we can do already, but there's a lot time to grow. So I'm really excited to see how we, you know, compete in this year in this conference play and ready to get back to it.
One more thing, and then for me, and then I'll let you go. You came here before Rob Jones went to Cedarville. Is that right?
Yes.
So did
was
he?
an exchange.
So Rob Jones, assistant coach here, who's been on the podcast before, head coach now at Cedarville. Did he talk to you about it at all before he ended up going?
Well, I spent the whole summer with him,
Yeah.
2 months,
Oh,
and
wow.
it was going. And then I found out that my old head coach was leaving, so he called me and CP in because one of CP's teammates from Ashland also plays there. But yeah, he called me and CP and kind of told us, you know, I'm thinking about it, praying on it, but he's like, just keep praying for me, and that was really about it. I mean, didn't hear about it till close to the end of summer, and then I think when we left for the summer and before we came back, he called me and said, I'm taking the job. So, I mean, it was just kind of full circle. It was really, it was crazy. You know, being with him for 2 months and then him going back to the school I just came from, it was crazy. But, you know, I think it's a great place for him, and they're doing very well right now.
Yeah,
So.
but no truth to the rumors that, like, he was the other half of the trade. Like, we'll get Jayvon, we'll send you a coach. No, okay, that wasn't that way. All right, good, Matt.
So happy that you're here on the mountain.
for
I'm
sure.
really, really excited about what this team can do in league play. You guys have been so much fun to watch early on. So thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We'll be following along.
Thank you.
Gotta love Jayvon. We're gonna have to hit the links with him once things warm up, don't you think?
Oh, no
Absolutely.
doubt. Big hitter long.
Oh,
Dalai Lama.
out of the office segment.
Dalai Lama, big hitter long. Flowing robes.
Okay. Women's basketball. Close call with NC. What is it? NCAMT.
Yeah, kind of a funky game.
Had to come back on that. Thanks, Asia Boone and Bella Smuda. Which women's basketball? Little teaser here. Part of the 5th annual Gingerbread House Challenge.
Oh, the Gingerbread House Challenge is a classic.
It is a classic.
It's slowly become a Christmas classic from Flame Central.
It's part of the holidays.
It's part of the
just
holidays.
The schedule. Like,
Yeah.
everybody just pencils it in,
Yeah,
and you expect it.
love it.
And Matt has a great hot
lives up-
seat coming.
Oh, yes, with men's basketball as
With men's
well.
basketball.
We grab a
Hey,
bunch of
your
those.
little breakdowns of all you did for all the recruits on.
So
Oh,
cool.
that was great.
Oh, that was
that was
not.
great.
That was the creative team. David Hurley. That was all him.
Oh,
his
boy,
whole idea.
Hurley.
I
But yeah,
loved those.
Yeah,
It was cool.
That was great.
Those
That
looked
was
really
good.
cool.
Coaches are great in there. Your little interview. Tell us about
Yeah.
the kid.
I
Bang,
tried to
bang,
get
bang.
Durkin up to kind of show me what, like, how to know. Show me
Yeah,
how he
yeah.
Oh,
is.
he
And
would throw
he
Matt
wasn't,
through
you know,
the
he
wall.
wasn't going for it. Yeah,
That
yeah.
happened. Funny. Speaking of legends and you know making a difference, the
Oh,
Flame
stop.
Central podcast is literally taking the world by storm.
Okay.
Okay. This is
Literally.
hilarious. So you got the post-church crowd, Sam's
Right.
Club.
Been a part
I
of that
had
many
no
times.
idea.
Yeah.
Brad Queen, Mickey.
You
and
saw them
then-
all.
Yeah,
We were
I
there.
saw them
Yeah.
all. And
Yeah.
so, but then like when I was saying hi to Mickey and his wife, Gertie,
Brad always brings snacks for the Bahamas
He-
Bowl.
He's picking up.
yeah, the trail mix.
Yeah. He was just circling the samples. Is
He
what
was
he was
circling
doing. He
the
was like, haven't
samples.
I seen you before? No. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. You're like
Yeah.
7 foot.
Yeah.
We've seen you before. When I'm saying hi, there's somebody talking to Mickey, and he's like, "Is that the girl that's on the
girl.
podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on the podcast."
That's her.
And like, just
Yeah.
you can't go anywhere in
buzz.
Lynchburg
The
anymore. The
buzz
buzz
is
of the
just
Flame Center
palpable.
podcast,
Yeah.
especially around the holiday season and post football season.
Yeah.
But so then later we're making dinner, my husband and I, and Jason's like, "Babe, is the podcast growing?" Like, I just feel like I've really heard a lot about it
A lot
around
of
town.
buzz.
I went to lunch the other day, and somebody asked me if my wife does the Flame Central podcast. I'm like,
See, that's
you
good.
have got to be kidding
That's
me.
good.
I mean, we like to stay humble.
Right.
We like to
It's-
stay
but
humble.
it's hard. But it's hard. If we're
It's
being
getting-
honest, it's hard.
So tell Jason when
Yeah.
you're just, you're married to a star, these are the things you have to deal with.
It's getting harder. It's getting harder. New volleyball coach on the mountain. Hopefully, he will be powered by Alcova
Yeah, let's
get
get him on the
Mortgage.
show.
I don't know how.
Get him on the show.
Yeah, it's.
If he's not interested in saving money, don't worry about it.
How do you save money?
Tell us.
Well,
Yeah.
let me tell you something how you save money. You're a new volleyball coach, right?
Right.
You show up, you're like, oh, I need to buy a house for my family. And you go in there like, oh, I'm going to go be powered by Alcova Mortgage.
Right.
Like, well, why? And you're like, well,
What
because
does that mean, though,
Tell
Joe?
us.
Yeah,
I don't-
what it means is that because all of a sudden if you're a Liberty employee, I'm getting paid by Liberty. I'm a volleyball coach. You get up to 1% of your loan amount. So hey, go out and find a nice little house, put a little money down, whatever you want to do. It's $400,000 loan. That means you get $4,000 credit towards your closing costs up to $5,000. This ain't no dog and pony show.
No.
This is the real deal.
That's right.
Okay, this is a legitimate $4,000 back in your little. You need a little Christmas, you need a little stocking stuff, extra stocking stuffers. You need a few more presents. You want to buy that big screen TV? Why? Why can you do it? I'm gonna tell you why you can do it. Because you got $4,000 back in your pocket.
Right.
That's why you
Courtesy
can
of
do
Joe
it. It's
Yock.
almost
Too easy.
too
Too
easy.
easy. Jeremy White is coming to the mountain as the Flames' 11th head volleyball coach. He won back-to-back, where was I? Southland Conference titles in 2022, 23, posted a 79-18 overall record. So this guy knows how to win. Southeastern
Excited about
Louisiana is where he's coming from. But now he is a Liberty Flame, not a Lady Flame,
Yeah,
hopefully.
Not personally.
Okay, I think that's it. Do you guys have anything else?
No.
We do have a show next week.
Yes.
So, don't get too too upset yet.
By the way, as we're here, we were talking about the Bahamas Bowl cruise and all that stuff. Literally, I've got friends texting me right now saying, we just decided we're going.
We're going.
Taking the
Let's go.
family. It's January,
You know,
we're going.
it's unbelievable.
That's the power of the podcast.
Yeah.
Technically, this hasn't even been posted yet. People just kind of know that, we impact that way.
It's just,
Yeah,
in
it's
the air.
I mean, how unbelievable is that the Flames, okay, nobody was satisfied with the season, right? We're be honest about it, right? That they still, out of all the bowl games they get to go to, you're going to Bahamas, baby.
Yeah.
Bahama Mama.
They're staying at Atlantis, baby. They got the big water slides there.
Yep.
Hey, they got the aquarium
Oh,
with
you
the
would
sharks.
definitely tear a hammy on the water slide.
Oh, I'm going
does,
down the
yeah.
water slide. I may lose a kneecap, but I'm
Do
going.
they have a doctor's office on the?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And it'll be fun to see
oh,
Ryan
absolutely.
Berger in action and
Yes.
and some of those younger Flames who haven't gotten an opportunity. And is Cooley playing? Do we know if Cooley's
We don't
playing?
know.
We
We'll
don't
have
know.
to get to the bottom of
Come
that.
on, Cooley. Thanks so much for listening or watching the Flame Central podcast powered by
Opt
Alcova
out,
Mortgage.
schmopped out.
Okay, for Joe, yeah, we got to take the Colorado approach. For Joe and Matt, who I work with, I'm Emily. We'll see you right back here next week.